While you're out there shopping for the next Black Friday deals, I'm over here giving you a Black Friday deck profile, and in today's video we're going to be covering the brand new Toxtricity from Phantasmal Flames. Now, Toxtricity does have the brand new ability that allows you to accelerate energy from your deck. Sinister Surge will allow you to put a basic dark energy and attach it to one of your benched dark Pokemon. Then you shuffle your deck and place 2 damage counters on the Pokemon that you place this energy. Now this is really good, and we're going to find out exactly how this deck is going to work because it is really awesome and super aggressive, and I love decks like that. And I know you will too, so stick around for the whole video. We're going to cover the deck profile for you here, as well as show you some gameplay. My name's PJ, and this is How Not to Suck TCG. Alright, so we can talk about this list here, and the primary engine is going to be Toxtricity. Now, I did get a lot of inspiration for this list from a deck I saw over in the Champions League in Japan, but what we're going to utilize here is the 4/4 Toxtricity line, and this is obviously going to be the way that we accelerate our energy. Now, who are we going to accelerate energy to? Pretty much everybody can attack here. If we look at the dark attackers, we'll start from the top. We got Brute Bonnet here, which can use Poison Spray, but we don't really want to use that attack. We really want to use Relentless Punches, and this attack does 50 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. Now, that's really good for a closing attacker, but how are we going to get that damage on? And we're going to use Mega Absol to do it. Now, Mega Absol, obviously, we know has Claw of Darkness here that can do 200, and then you get to rip a card out of your opponent's hand and discard it. Terminal Period is also very good in a lot of situations. We can use Fezandipiti not only as a draw supporter with Flip the Script, but we can also use Cruel Arrow to put 100 damage on one of our opponent's Pokemon. We do have to be cautious if we're doing any damage to bench Pokemon, if they're not a Terra Pokemon, and also if they don't have Shaman in play. Then we have our Yveltal. Now, Yveltal is really good here. We saw it in so many other decks. Absol Box is obviously using this card, but Clutch, we can continually clutch our opponents and then follow that up with a Brute Bonnet, and then also having the Pecharunt here, because now we have a free retreat. Even if we are clutched ourselves, we can use Subjugating Chains, but to end the game, we can use Irritated Outburst here to do 60 damage times the amount of prize cards our opponent has taken. So really everything attacks, and the one attacker that we don't talk about too often because it's not in really any meta deck is Team Rocket's Sneasel. Now, I've seen this placed in some spicy decks, but Team Rocket's Pokemon aren't really prevalent in the meta, but this one fits really well into the deck. We've got Strike the Sleeper here as an attack. It does 20 damage to one of our opponent's bench Pokemon for each damage counter on that Pokemon. Very similar to how Brute Bonnet works. And again, we're able to do all of these larger energy cost attacks because we have Toxtricity in our deck. Now, other ways that we can get damage on our opponent's Pokemon, obviously the Munkidori package is here, but we do have Risky Ruins in this list, so we can utilize the non-dark Pokemon. If they place any on their bench, then they're going to put 2 damage counters on it. We can do that too with our Munkidoris, and that's really how we're going to get everything there. Now, we are a disruption deck because we do play Absol as a pretty big attacker, so we can use our Unfair stamp here to put our opponent down to 2 cards in their deck, or we can even use Xerosic's Machinations to get their card size down, or their hand size down rather, to 3. So a lot of synergy in this list. We do have quite a bit of draw supporters, and we're playing 10 dark energies in the list to round everything out. So that is the list. I'm going to put it in the description of the video so you can copy it and paste it into your PTCG Live account and use it for yourself and see how it goes. So let's hop into the PTCG Live ladder and see how we do. All right, we won the coin flip, and I do feel like we want to go first with this style of deck just because we want to evolve our Toxtricities earlier rather than later. We don't really need to do that turn 1 aggressive attack, so going second feels fine here, or going first rather feels fine. Attacking on our second turn feels okay too. So now we have 2 Pokemon on the field. We've got to research. We do play 3 Super Rod in this list, so we can recycle these energies. So that research in the opening hand isn't awful either. I kind of want to place an energy so I can pivot and retreat. And then I could even use Call for Family here to get some basic Pokemon out if I really want to on the following turn if I don't find anything. So we're going to put some Munkidoris down. I'm going to bench the second Munkidori. Let's go ahead and just place a dark energy here because we can't use that with Toxtricity. And then I think I'm just going to end the turn. Yeah, with Toxtricity, we can only accelerate energy to our dark Pokemon. So that is something that we have to keep in mind here too, that we won't be able to manually attach, or we have to manually attach to our Munkidori. So looking at our opponent's board, they've got a Duskull down. Really could be a couple of different decks. There's the Mega Lopunny deck going around. There is obviously Dragapult. There's Dusknoir. There's a lot of things that it could be, or Dragapult, Dusknoir, Charizard with Dusknoir. So we'll have to see. And it is another Dragapult deck. So we're going to get to play against another one of these and see how it does. They are getting a huge setup over there with a Buddy Poffin able to go in. So that is going to get a little scary. If they have an energy to retreat here, or maybe even a Latias in hand, they can pivot and then limit us from playing items. Now, the only items we really play or care about in these turns are going to be our Nest Balls and Ultra Balls. However, later in the game, we are going to start to care about the super rods in the list. So we'll see if that comes into play at all and how we do when we're trying to find our super rods. Lily's Determination is really good for them. Again, if they find Latias, it's going to be difficult for us to to get around this. And that looks like exactly the play that they're going to go for. They're just going to try to Itchy Pollen us. And let's see if they pull out a Latias. And that's exactly what they do. It's like I know how Dragapult players think. All right, here we go. Badoo's going to Itchy Pollen us. Hopefully, we can start to build this up here. So now we can put that damage back, which is pretty good. So this Nest Ball does nothing for us, but we are going to drop the research here. Okay, that's not awful, but it's also not what you want to see. We've got the Mega Absol here. I can start to push this damage over. I can just put this on the Badoo and then hit end turn. I don't want to waste the Air Balloon just yet. I want to see if we can at least get Toxtricity into play, then place the Air Balloon, then manually attach, and that way we can start swinging easier. And it looks like they're just trying to build their board. So there's the Clops. All right, Clops is a little annoying here. They're going to go for another big Lily's Determination. They still have Recon Directive online. They can get a second Recon Directive potentially. And then we can go from there and see what we're doing. So let's see how they're going to draw into this turn. I really am just going to need to evolve some Pokemon. We do play 4. We did not prize check because we didn't have a way of doing our initial search. So that's a little difficult because we have to go in blind without prize checking. Unfortunately, I mean, Nest Ball can't get used. There's a potential if they pop this Dusclops with Cursed Blast, we can push some damage. It doesn't look like they're going to fall for that, so that's totally fine. All right, here we go. Third Super Rod. I think we're just going to plant energy here and keep pushing the damage over. We'll let them build that up. And again, not wasting the Air Balloon. We'll just do our thing from now on. So this turn, if they do Itchy Pollen, we can take a knockout. And if we're able to find a draw supporter here, there's potential for us to land an attack too. So I'd really love to draw into an Iono this next turn. That would probably be the play. Xerosix would be really cool, but that means that we wouldn't get our Toxtricity online. So a couple of different things. So our Dragapult player or our Dragapult opponent is going to have to make a choice here. We're going to see what they want to do. Are they going to attack into me? Risk just taking the knockout in between our exchange here of pushing the Munkidori damage back on them. Having 2 Munkidori online seems pretty terrible. They're probably going to pop this Dusknoir onto our Munkidori. That seems correct, but, you know, who knows here. Let's see what else they do. All right, they are going to Recon Directive a couple times, probably try to draw some more cards. Hitting us and then going into Neo Upper Energy would be pretty detrimental to our board state here. We don't really want to do that. Okay, they're manually attaching. That's good. So that means that we get to buy an extra turn with our deck. So that's pretty good. I like that. Let's see what they do next. All right, just an Itchy Pollen. Totally fine with that. I don't mind Itchy Pollen at all. Oh, and the boss's orders. That's just kind of rude. All right, let's try to go here and draw something. Draw prize number 1. Ugh, the double boss's orders. All right, so I kind of want to do this. And, kind of want to go call for family. We can't really put anything on our bench. I feel like just adding an energy to this Absol so we can go ahead and then retreat and attack next turn. That's going to be pretty good. They're going to have to manually attach to retreat here just because it's an evolved Pokemon, and that's why we use the boss on it. So Recon Directive can get him a couple of things. They can go into a Dragapult and take a knockout on the Toxel with a single energy. Also, if they draw into Neo Upper Energy, that's going to be pretty bad for us because they're going to start being able to play some damage counters all over our board. Absol can put in some work next turn, but again, we're not feeling confident here. I feel like if we are not able to land the Claw of Darkness attack next turn, it might be pretty tough for us. So there goes the Turo scenario. I think that they're going to push this Dracloak. Yep. And then they're probably going to attach energy manually and go into a Dragapult. Now, they could counter catch us also. That would be very bad. I'm not hating this here. I mean, the Dusknoir does give them a little bit of an advantage. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so if we see an energy come down here, we're going to be in trouble. So let's see if we can try to find something. I mean, we need to get saved by a draw supporter here for sure. There's the Fez. Fez looking a little weird over on the bench there. Looking a little faded. So is this Latias, though. I wonder why the PTCG Live animation is like that. Okay, so they did get energy. They're going to Curse Blast on the active. We get to take a prize card. They're going to take 3, though. That's not what you want to see. Okay, the Iono is fine. I actually am cool with the Iono. Because next turn... Alright, there's the Jamming Tower. That's not good. We only play 2 stadiums. So... I mean, I'm kind of okay with this Munkidori going into the active spot. We're going to have to go Super Rod. Kind of just want to Super Rod the Absol back, and that's it. I don't want to do anything else. And then we go Iono to 3. We don't knock them out. And then we'll just go from there. So there's the Phantom Dive. Phantom Dive actually will put us in a good spot if we get our Absol back. So I'm kind of cool with that. Okay, so they see the play that I can't put 6 on this thing. Alright, we're just going to plant the air balloon just because. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. Okay, let's go Super Rod just for the Absol. Just to give us better odds to draw it. We're going to put the air balloon here. I'm going to Iono, draw 4. Nothing. Ugh. Okay. Well, we can Adrenabrain the 20 off of here. And then we can Adrenabrain the 10 off of here, so they can't take a knockout with Phantom Dive, right? They can't take a double knockout. And then, you know what? That kind of didn't make any sense, but it's fine. I think I'm gonna have to go like this. And I have to go here, put the 20, move this up to the active spot, retreat, and then go call for family, and just put Absol and Fez in play. Could be, actually Fez will give them a win condition. We don't want that. I do want a free retreater just in case. So that seems fine. And then we'll just end the turn. So next turn we have a free retreater. We don't have to worry about putting energy on. All we need to do is just find a manual attachment and then use Toxtricity. We can move damage with Munkidori and just go from there. I didn't take a knockout, so their Fezandipiti is not online. But yeah, I mean, oh, the boss's orders. Come on, bro. All right, this is still kind of fine. They're going to take a double knockout. We're going to try to find one of our stadiums. We play 2. Hope for the best in a 33 card deck. Not looking great. Not feeling super confident about it, but you know, it is what it is. We can take a knockout. Terminal period here. Okay, there's the stamp. And then, so we're gonna go like this. We're gonna go Sinister Surge. Go like that. Adrenabrain the 30 active here. So I'm going to be able to take that out. I really don't like the unfair stamp here. I know it's pretty good. Actually, we've got a lot of draw supporters. So I think we're going to stamp first. Okay, that's pretty good. We're going to play Risky Ruins. We're going to play Super Rod now. We're going to put some energy back into the deck. Now's the time where we're going to promote some products here on the video. So thanks so much for sticking around this far. But I did want to tell you about One Shot Energy. Now, One Shot is a sponsor of this video here, and they have been producing awesome products, not only for energy, but also for focus. And now they have voice drops too. So if you are creating content for Pokemon TCG or just want to have a moistened throat while you're talking to your opponents at your next upcoming tournaments, you definitely want to check out One Shot. You can go over to oneshotenergy.com and you can use the code HNTSTCG. That's How Not to Suck TCG, and you can receive a discount off of some of your products that you purchase. Now, if you are into energy drinks, you can avoid the spillage by purchasing the chews because they don't have a liquid product. They have a chew for you that you can just chew like a Starburst at your next upcoming event. And you can also keep focused with some of the other focus supplements. Now, they do use all natural supplements, so you don't have to worry about putting all of those chemicals into your body. You're going to find a lot of the more natural ways to sustain energy and focus, as well as lozenge your throat with these one-shot drops here, like I have. Now, if you do like this product, let me know down in the comments below. That's all I've got to talk to you about today for promotional items, but let's get back to the video. I think I'm gonna just energy switch onto this. And then Lily, get us some more cards. Pretty good. We're just gonna start pushing damage right onto this thing. We're gonna take these two, go here. I'm gonna go ahead and take these two here. And then, let's see. Let's just go ahead and retreat and go terminal period and hope that they can't draw out of that. All right, so there, that's gone. They would need to get Candy Dragapult next turn, and that's that's very doable with this deck. They do also, they could get Blood Moon Ursaluna, Energy Attachment, and Gust. That's another win condition for this deck. Because they only have one prize to take, they're going to draw at least 3 more cards. And then we can start ripping cards out of their hand. And we have damage to put on a lot of these things. So we can't counter catcher the Fez, Iono, push damage, and then hopefully Claw of Darkness and just take all their resources out of their hand. That would be pretty cool. I would not hate that at all. Just trying to see the best route to win here. We can put a Toxel in play and then start to do some more things. We've got our Ultra Ball. We're going to draw some more cards. Okay. So I don't hate the idea of going like Nest Ball whenever a player puts a non. Okay, there we go. There's the Dracloak. We want to hit this thing. It does have 50 that we'd have to put on it, so that's going to be tough. Ooh, okay. That's pretty good. All right, there's the Iono. Iono is down to 2 cards. Not the worst 2 cards. Okay, cool. So we're looking good here. We're gonna see the Recon Directive come into play. Not having the counter catcher is kind of weird. So we'll see. Let's see what else we can do here. They're just gonna Itchy Pollen us, so that's kind of fine. I actually feel pretty fine about that, actually. All right, let's just go Lily, draw a bunch of cards. Okay. We can go like this. I can go, let's put some damage on the Fez. Put some damage there. That sounds good. We've got 3 Munkidoris to use to our disposal here. And I can go like this. So we're going to go 1 here. We can go another one. Another Adrenabrain here. And then we can go one more here. And we're just going to move this over. And there goes their Dragapult option. The Xerosix for a little overkill. We're just going to hit terminal period. It's not going to do anything, but sure. And yeah, they're going to try to Blood Moon us next turn. I think that's the play. Could we have taken 2 prize cards? Not with that hand. That's for sure. So they've got to draw Boss and Blood Moon. That's what's going to happen here. Are they going to draw Boss and Blood Moon? Not sure. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. This is ending up to be a longer game than I expected, but it is very cool. I love the idea of energy acceleration. Obviously, Gardevoir having energy acceleration is very good. So we get to see that here. And you're getting to see how the deck actually functions. And then knowing, you know, okay, there's the Blood Moon. Knowing my game plan into this is really what you'd be going for. Okay, flip. Do they draw Boss or are they going to concede? They have to draw Boss here. They've only used 1 Boss. And they had a pretty decent sized deck. I think they're just going to try to feed me a Fez. That seems correct. Feeding me the Fez seems like the best plan of action. They could try to hit into me with Blood Moon, but I have 3 Munkidoris. So they know that Blood Moon's going down. Okay, that's a choice. Sure. Okay, here's the Blood Moon. Oh, they're not even going to hit me. They're not even going to hit me. I mean, we can really just Sinister Surge. Put a Dark Energy onto the Fez. And call it a day, really. We're just going to move this with the Monkey. And they see it. And there's a concession. That's how you do it. So you saw the Toxtricity box in action. Now there's so many other dark Pokemon that you can play with this engine. Energy acceleration has always been awesome in the game of Pokemon trading card game. And if you like decks like this and you like seeing more deck profiles where I analyze why the cards are in the list, as well as showing you some gameplay, let me know down in the comments below, because I want to hear what decks you want next or what other videos you'd like to see on the channel. My channel is all about educating people on how to play Pokemon TCG a little bit better and more in the competitive mindset than you would on other channels, and giving you basically coaching for free, right? That's what you came here for, and that's what I want to give you. So hit the like button if you did like this video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see when I'm posting my most recent videos, and you get the most up-to-date content on the channel overall. My name is PJ with How Not to Suck TCG. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.